Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I am going to review Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoja. Well, actually, it's pronounced, it's written as Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, but I'm gonna say the way it's pronounced. Yeah. Now, I did finish watching this series at the beginning of October, but I waited until the beginning of November to review this series because I want to do my Halloween stuff first. But anyway, here it goes. Now, the series starts with three knights or real soldiers, I say real soldiers, training their squires. Now, first we have Master Redo, and his squire is a guy named Go. Next, we have Master Blue, and his squire is Melto. And finally, we have Master Pinku, and her squire is Asuna. Now, eventually, they were training them, so they can bestow upon their students to become the next Ryusoja. And yes, also in the episode, it has been revealed that during the Mesozoic era, when dinosaurs walked the earth, there was a war going on between two tribes. One of them was the uh, Druidons, and the other one was the Ryosol tribe. Yes, and let's see, yes, and then when the game, meteor, asteroid, whatever, the game that killed all the dinosaurs. Before that happened, the droidons escaped into space, to get away from the meteor, but they promised to, come back and finish what they started. Now, for many centuries, the Ryosho tribe has been, staying hidden from the rest of the world. So nobody knows about their civilization. Now the beautiful masters and their students were going on a quest, and then suddenly the members of the Triodon has arrived and start fighting, and at the end of the first episode, Master Riddle died, and then at the beginning of the next one, Master Blue and Master Pinku also died, which means that Earth is now, we have to rely on the three squires who are now the new real soldiers. And of course, when they morph, when they henshin, that is the Japanese form for transformation. So when I say henshin, I mean that transforming or changing into. But anyway, yes, they henshin into real soldiers. Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoja. And how they how they henshin is they have this device called a real soul changer, which looks like some kind of device. They have something on top that looks shaped like the head of a dinosaur. And when they open, well, uh, each of these real soldiers have these little figures, doing some kind of tribal dance. They go hochi hochi ho ho, hochi hochi ho ho, ho, like that, and then they transform into henshin, into real soldiers. And Go became the knight of courage, real sword Redo. Meldo became the knight of wisdom, Ryuso Blue, and Asuna became the Knight Vigor Ryuso Pinku, and they fight against the Ryudon forces, and I forgot the name of the foot soldiers, but yes, they fight them as well. Oh, and also the Triodons use they have these monsters which they call Minosaurs. I mean, yeah, Minosaurs. No, yeah, Minosaurs. And well, how they're made is that one of the villains is this green mushroom creature called Egron, and well, what he does is he infects a person who is unhappy, and each Minosaur is based on what the person is upset about. And then we have the mechas. Now, Ko, his mecha is a Tyrannosaurus called Tiramigo. Meldo has a Triceratops called the Tirican, and Asuna has a Ankylosaurus called yeah, Ankylosa. And when they combine together, they form the Ryusol O. I mean, when they kadai, the kadai is the Japanese word for combine. Yes. Now, in the next episode that came after that, we were introduced to new Ryusojas. One of them was Toa, and his older brother Bamba. And then when they first appeared, Toa became is known to be the Knight of Haste, Ryuso Green. Then Bomba henshins into the Knight of Vainglory, yes, Ryuso Black. And they eventually got their own mechas as well. Toa has this saber-tooth tiger called Tigerland, and Bomba has a this dragon called Mirror Needle. Now, this is the first dinosaur Sentai to have a saber-tooth tiger and a dragon uh, since Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, which was the series that was adapted into the first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And let's see. Oh yes, I think another villain, a general called Tokuju. Forgot how it's pronounced, but yes, Ekran served under him. Now we have allies of the real soldiers. One of them was this girl named Ui, and what she does is, she makes online videos. Kind of like how people make videos on YouTube. I don't think they use the word YouTube on it, but she makes videos and likes to wants to get a lot of viewers and subscribers and stuff. And there's her father. I forgot his name, but we just call him we'll just call him Ui's father since that's what the real soldiers call him. And let's see. Yes, and no, next thing. Oh yes, episodes, many episodes, some episodes. Oh yeah, I forgot now. I remember now. The real soldiers, they use these swords. They call the Ryusu Ken, and what they do is like they use these little things called real souls, and they put them inside the real can, and it gives them each real soul does a different power up. But I won't go around saying what each one does because there's so many, and yeah, it's a bit too long to mention them all. Yeah, so in a way, episodes later, we were introduced to oh yes, Kanolo. He's a member from a Oh yeah, oh, wait, forgot. I forgot something. Yes. Well, other than five were introduced, we were introduced to a new mega or Dino Knight because well, in Ryusoja, well, the the dinosaur megas in that series are referred to as Kishiryu, which means Dino Knight. Now, oh yes, and well, one of them was an extra Dino Knight was called Demon Volcano, who's supposed to be this Dimetrodon. And you know what he does is he tells people riddles, and if somebody tells a riddle wrong, he burns them. Yeah, but eventually they prevent the Ryusoulgers prevented him, and you know he became an ally. Now on to the next Ryusoja. Well, there was an episode that introduced this guy named Kanalo, who comes from the sea Ryusoul tribe. And well, what happened was that you see, after the Droidons left Earth, you know, over 65 million years ago, well, there was a civil war going on among the Ryusoul tribe. And eventually, you know, after a long time of battle, one side decided to go into the sea and make their own kingdom, and the other side stayed on Earth, or at least you know stayed on the ground on land. Now, Ganalo, well, the reason he came to the surface was because he was he was looking for a wife, and he goes around to many women, you know, trying to romance them because you know he really wants a bride, you know, a woman who he can marry and you know rule beside him because you see, Ganalo is also the prince of the Sirius tribe, and he needs a princess, you know, to be his queen, you know, when it's time to when it's time for coronation. And you know, whenever time, oh, a funny thing about you know Canelo pursuit of a wife, well, when every time he finds a woman he interested, then you know at the end of each episode, it turns out that the woman is either or it is already married or already in a relationship, and you know he gonna get disappointed. But I do gonna feel bad for him as well because you know as somebody who doesn't have a girlfriend or wife, yeah, I kind of understand his pain. And let's see. Oh yeah, also Kanalo has a younger sister. Her name is Oto, and well, she has the image of a I'm guessing 12-year-old girl, but she's actually I think 100 yeah 123 years old. And the reason for that is because in a previous episode, Go said he's over 100 or something, but yes, so which means that people of the Ryuto tribe live longer than ordinary human beings, and you know if Odo has the body of a child but is 120 years old, then that could mean that not only do members of the Ryuto tribe live longer, but they probably also age slower, even while growing up. And oh yes, also you know, although she said that she came to the surface, so she can also get married as well. But you know, every time, every time Kanalo reminded her that she's a little girl, she keeps reminding him that she's 120 years old. And also, it is shown that Otto is also fond of Melto, which kind of makes Kanano uneasy about it. But it's just kind of like when a child has a crush on an adult. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, all of us, when we were children, we had crush on somebody who was, older. Well, anyway, let's see the next thing. Oh yes, and then there's the Ryusoulger movie, and well, and that is like 28 minutes long, I think, and well, see, oh yes, well, the the group they went into a museum and then somehow they went back in time to when the when dinosaurs were still around, and they met this girl. I forgot her name, but here's a surprising thing that well, in my Super Sentai Strongest Battle review, I mentioned this character called Gaisugo, and well, it turns out that he was what the metal that was what was actually made around that time by the father of this girl who the real Sentai befriended, and well, anyway, the father realized what he did was wrong, and the Gaisugo armor was put away, until somebody found it, many centuries later. No, this the other thing what else happened. Oh yes, there was this episode where the real soldiers fought Tokyo, but eventually they destroyed him, and with that a new villain came along called Wayusu, and well, everyone calls him Wayusu-sama. And well, what makes him unique is that he tries to conquer the world by using entertainment, and and all of his a lot of times he would say it's showtime while carrying his scepter, and he's been around during most of the series. Uh, but if also, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Kanalo. Well, he not only is he a prince of the Ryuso tribe, but he can also henshin into think the night of victory. Forgot what it was tied up, but he can he can henshin into Ryuso Kodoro. Yes, and well, and his Ryuso changer or monster changer is different than the other ones, and the tribal figures that dance around him while he henshins. Well, they use a different chant from the rest of the team, and well, his mega or Dino Kishiryu is this mega called Mosa Rexu, who's which is who is based on the Mosasaurus, this kind of like water dinosaur, and it turns out that he's the brother of Timo Volcano, and that's and from yes, he's kind of like not fond of the land being so dry because of the war that happened, among them many years ago. But eventually he came around and would help Kanalo whenever he's needed. And he also can transform into this mega warrior called Mosa Neptune. Let's see. And then we get let's see. Oh yes, then there's the thing. Oh yes, this mega called this I forgot what they're called, but it's this green thing that's a dinosaur with a palm head and had those spikes around it. Yeah, this well, one's bigger and the other one's the smaller one is its son. And then we're introduced to another mecha episode after that called Piton. And well, you see older Kishiryu or Dino Knights that appeared. Well, before they were still away, but Piton did not want to steal away, so he tried to escape into space, but failed and landed in the sea, and it wasn't until Otto found him. And in order to save him, he needs to hatch out his egg, which eventually happened, and he's now a pterodactyl. And he can transform into like has a warrior mode as well. I forgot what it was called, but the thing is that around the final, close to the final episodes, well, Otto was like one of the few Sentai allies to pilot a mecha. And see. Oh, and then let us forget the movie special, which is Ryusoja versus Battle Ranger versus Super Ranger versus Battle Ranger. That's a movie where like where the Ryusojas meet up with Battle Rangers and the Super Ranger. And well, it would be too long to mention what happened in that movie, but I will say that well, a member from the Kango tribe who's been locked away and missed out on the whole Loop Ranger versus Battle Ranger adventures, arriving, he kidnapped the Dynamites. Not all of them, but eventually the characters from both series they met up and eventually they team up and fought against Gangler and his forces. Oh, and of course, Canolo being Canolo, well, he tried to romance the being Powder Ranger, I forgot her name, but well, she turned him down because claiming, yeah, I think like was gonna get him it was too weird or something, and then he noticed uh, the girl who's looping yellow, but the Green Powder Ranger stopped him there because well, if you have seen Loop Ranger versus Powder Ranger, then you know that the Green Powder Ranger has a crush on the Yellow Loop Ranger. Now, back to the rest of the series. Well, another villain was introduced called the Dricious, and well, what she does is well, she steals the hearts of anyone who gets in her way, and see, it even took real soul. I mean, Wayusu heart as well. He even tried to take Ekron's heart, but it turns out that Ekron doesn't have a heart. So uh, she had to find some other way to get him to. Um, I forgot the phrase, but anyway, yeah. Phineas, remember something I forgot to mention. Oh yes, uh, I did mention Kazuko before, and he did appear in the series. And well, it turns out that the person underneath Kazuko was well, yes, Ghost predecessor. What I called Nada. You see, he was Master Reto's previous student, but then he decided to become Ryusoja and went on to do other things. But along the way, he somehow came in contact with Kaisuke armor, and but eventually, the real soldiers they see. Oh yes, they got defeated the armor, and Nada was no longer under its control. But unfortunately, Nada he or was defeated by the enemy, and yes. However, it wasn't only fame because the let's see, yes, the armor became stopped being positive afterwards, and as Go has a new armor mode now, uh, as Ryusoulger. Oh, another thing is that the real soldiers they were search for this person named Seto, and then it turns out that Ui's father is the vessel for Seto, and whenever he in order for Seto to talk to the real soldiers, real Ui's father has to go to sleep so Seto can talk to them. Now let's see. Yes. Now during the last final episodes of Ryusoja, let's see. Oh yes. Precious has contacted this thing called Eras, which is supposed to be like the mother of the Arcturian drug, the creator. And she would give Precious brothers, and then eventually the real soldiers found out that people of the Ryuso tribe also came from Eras as well. I mean, that was their creator, which could explain why people of the Ryuso tribe are able to live longer and age slower than ordinary human beings. And let's see. Oh yeah, there was an episode where Waisu was destroyed, but somehow he came back. There was no explanation for it, but yes. And let's see. Around during the final moments of oh yeah, before that happened, I forgot to mention that because of Ui's popularity in her in her I almost said YouTube channel, even though they never said YouTube in the series, but her videos had got so much popularity that she was invited to America. So she wasn't around for the final few episodes. Anyway, yes, during the last battle, well, um, one of the final monsters, he decided to not be Eric's puppet anymore. Then want to destroy everything. The Ryuso Drive, humans, the Duryodhan. He wanted to destroy everything. But of course, the real soldiers to call use Ultra Might to fight the monster at the end, and they won, of course. And Earth was finally at peace. And of course, let's see. Oh yes, it all ended with after it, the real soldiers went on to pursue other things. Like, Go went on a new adventure. Oh, I know what happened. Yes, they want, it real soldiers want, but, another plan to win, the Dynamite had to be sealed. Even Peter himself decided to have himself sealed if it means, saving the world. And that's what happened. So, no evil could try to take advantage of the powers ever again. And so, afterwards, he was yes, all the real soldiers went on to pursue different things. Like Gold, he went, on to, visit somebody, and Melto, his father and Aldo um, went on an expedition. Let's see. Towa did some traveling, and Bamba, he decided to train with his former master, and let's see. Oh, Asuna, she started the school, and the thing is that and there was a thing where Kanolo was teaching, children romance, but Asuna told him that they were too young to learn that kind of stuff. And yes, and oh, and also there was one final scene, of course, where oh yes, well, we came back, from her trip in America, and she mentioned like a meeting or see something weird, when she arrived there. So it could be a hint of something that has to do with the next Super Sentai series, but I won't know unless I watch it. And and that's what we started doing something funny, and that's the end. Oh, and also like the end of every Super Sentai series, and for previous whatever years, it ends with the Red Rain, the Ranger of that series, passing the torch on to the Red Ranger of the next Super Sentai series, and that's the end of Ryusoja. Now, before I end this video, I will say, well, first I'll talk about the theme song. Well, the theme song is, like an intro song that shows all the heroes, allies, and the villains. Oh, and the ending theme is kind of like a musical number because, and with the there has been a musical number and a musical ending theme since Ranger. And as for each characters, well, yes, well, I just talk about heroes only. Now, Go, he's kind of like he's always positive. Of course, there was an episode that was revealed that he was mostly a tough guy, and when he met Asuna, and saw the kind of how Naruto and Sasuke Naruto and Asuna were getting along. Well, he became more a better person because of that. Naruto, he's see, oh yes, he's like the smart one, who reads a lot of books and study. And although she refers to him as Melty, at least that's what I read in the subtitles. Well, that's what I read. Then we got Asuna. She's the only girl in the team, but she's also very funny and likes to eat, and I ended up having a crush on her because she's so beautiful. Doa, he's Pamba's like a brother, and let's see, yes, he's always eager to fight the bad guys, and Bamba, he's more like the serious fighter. And of course, at first he was willing to kill a person if it means he's saving everybody else. We can kind of like how in Star Trek, where Spock said, "The life of the many does not outweigh, no, the needs of the many does not outweigh the needs of the few." But eventually he changed his mind. Oh, and also forgot to mention about the dinosaurs. Well, no, they only come from people, but they come from objects as well. Like if it's a pattern or something. And let's see. Oh yeah, forgot to mention that at the end of Real Soldier, the remaining villains, they left Earth for to try to conquer another world, and warriors who want to use its entertainment tactics on another planet. And yeah, thing that was more. Oh yes, now And not only that, but no, no, yeah. I think that's all I can say about Ryusoulger. But before I finish, before I end this video, I will say that Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoja is a series that's being adapted into Power Rangers Thunder Fury, which is going to be should be area Nickelodeon sometime next year in 2021. I mean, I don't know when exactly gonna air, because what's going on in the world right now. But I'll keep track when it's going to end, some of the cast have been revealed, and I'll be looking forward, to see what the differences and similarities it has with its Japanese counterpart. And what I think of Ryusucha, well, I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it was very entertaining, and yes, it had great scenes, funny, and I I mean, I mean, I like to be like Go, and I want to date Asuna, and yes, it was a fun show, and I've been looking forward to watching Dino Fury and see if I can make any comparison for this show uh, sometime in the future. And of course, I'll be looking forward to watching Machine Sentai Kurameasure, but I can't say when I'm gonna watch it because the other shows I want to watch first. But anyway, I think that's all I can say about Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoja in this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.